Hi there, it's Pascal here. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the difference between important and urgent. Now, if you don't know me, this is the first time that you're stumbling on any of my videos. My name is Pascal Nwanaji. I started my online business in 2017. So ever since I started sharing my journey and my experiences as to what I'm doing to make money online, because a lot of people have tried to start businesses online. A lot of people have tried to improve their income. So they get stuck where they have questions to explain more exactly what this business is going to do for me, or I don't have the technical skills, or I don't have a lot of time to even look at it, go through the training. Now, what I do is I'm going to be sharing exactly what is happening to me so that you can understand what you're going to experience when you start your own online business. Sorry, if you're wondering about the sweat, I just finished my morning workout. Yeah, so the first step is so don't forget to, if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to receive more of my journey and what I'm doing, so that you can know exactly what to expect. So what is important and what is urgent? Now, urgent is very simple, something that needs to be done immediately, something that has to be done right now. So a typical example of that is if you are in a job now, it's urgent for you to get it. If you don't have a bill, if you can't pay your bills, it's urgent for you to get a job to pay for your bills, because otherwise you see yourself in a situation where you're on the street. So you don't want that to happen. So your priority is to get a job to fulfill that role. Now, what is important? Important is simply something that is not urgent, but it's kind of a long-term goal, something that has to be done. For example, you may be a little bit overweight like me and it's not that urgent for yours to get into shape, because you look at your body, you don't have any disease showing up, you look healthy, you can stand up, you can move around, nothing is, but you're overweight. It's not urgent for you to start doing something about your health, but it's important to start doing it now. The difference is you don't want to leave the important to become urgent. Let's say, for instance, now I kind of developed high blood pressure. Now it became urgent to do something for my health. But when you're a little bit obese, you're in a job that is stressing you out, you're not going to be doing much about to change your life, but it's important for you to start doing it right there where you are, before it gets to the point where you start developing cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, stress, anxiety, or you put on more weight, before it gets to the point where doctor has to clinically diagnose you that you have some sort of illness that is related to health. So these are the things, when it comes to online business, when people look to get started, they seem to fall into the category of, I spent 7 years doing this. You know technically that this job is not going to get you to the life that you want. I heard this from Les Brown in one of them. He said, as long as you're working for somebody, you're never going to be rich. You just have to understand that part. But it doesn't mean that working for somebody is bad. But just know that being wealthy is out of your window. For you to be wealthy, you need to have your own business. You need to have your own lifestyle. So it's not going to be urgent for you to go for wealth. It's something that is, if it's important to you, then you start taking the baby steps to make it a reality. But what happens to most people is I do receive some emails from people that said they've lost their job. Now, before you lose your job, I didn't see myself in this. This is one of my fears, because I was working in a job where people just got recycled. That's the word. They get in and out, just like a revolving door. Who's next? Who's next? They fire, they hire. They fire, they hire. Now, I was in there. I'll just say to myself, when is it going to be my turn? You never know when it's going to be your turn. Anything can happen. So one of your colleagues can do something and they point it back at you, or something might go missing, and all of a sudden you see yourself in the boardroom answering questions. You have no idea how you got there. So my question was, what do I need to do now that is not urgent for me to find another source of income. What do I need to do? There's trading, there's crypto, there is affiliate marketing, there's e-commerce, there's Shopify, there's all these business opportunities out there. But you see yourself in that state. It's not urgent, but it's important. So so a lot of people say, I am interested. Interested is not enough. You have to be committed to creating that change. So if you allow yourself to be one of those people that you get revolved out of the door, it becomes urgent for you. So this is what I want you to take away from this. Urgent puts you in a reactive. You react to it. You react to it. Urgent puts you in a reactive state, and a reactive state is a negative energy. There's no decision that you make when you lose your job that is going to be the best. You simply have to come to a place where you have peace to really sit down and think about your future. Really sit down and think about where your next 5 years, where are you going to end up? Next 1 year, where do I see myself? Next 10 years, where do I... You see, employees are designed to think only monthly. So that's why we get stuck. So as a business owner, if you're looking to change your life, you need to start thinking a little bit long term. So instead of seeing yourself getting revolved out of the door, it's important for you to start taking those baby steps. Make it an important thing. So important is puts you in an active state, which is a positive energy. It's a building energy. Don't get me wrong, reaction and active can get you going, but at some point you have to switch to an active state. You have to stay inspired to create the change you want in your life. It's inspiration that it's built. Don't confuse this. It's very, very simple. Let me break this down for you. It's very, very simple. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. This is definition by L. Nightingale. The ideal is the goal that you want. What is it that you want? Sit down and take a pen and write it down. When you write something down, this is an exercise you must do if you're going to change your life. If you're going to change your life. When you write something down, you're taking a vision that you have in your mind, putting it into paper. Words. In the beginning was the word. You write it down as a creative process. Then you sit down and intelligently, your thought, as long as you keep holding that ideal in your mind, which is the creative tool God has blessed you with, will begin to piece out elements, things, people, businesses that will align you to create that reality. That's why you're a creative being. You have all the power within you. I never really got this when I was going to church and all that until I started this online training. They were teaching me about a lot of powerful, beautiful things. But until I started implementing them, I started seeing when people talk about testimony, day after day, like it takes 1 year for you to get one testimony. Another. See, I tell you something. When you start living like this, every day is a testimony in your life. Because you're constantly conquering your fears, your doubts, your worries. You're constantly building and inspiring. That's where you want to find yourself in. I used to tell people my life is just testimony. My children, my wife, my family, my income, my everything is just God's grace. It's that simple. So you just have to understand how to not to allow urgency to drive you. But if you see yourself in that state, you got to get going, but always know that you will come back to the point where you still have to make it important and start taking it one day. Progressive is 1 day at a time. It's that simple. 1 day at a time. Sign up for the training. Come back in the evening, watch 1 hour in the training. The next day, watch another 1 hour. Over time, it will accumulate. That's the secret. Most people that you see wouldn't want to go down this path. They want it right now, right? That's where that reactive state. I want to make money now so I can pay my bill. God is not going to change his laws because of you. It's not possible. Because something happened to you, you lost your job, God is not going to change. You just got to understand. As long as his law is very simple. Put a seed in the ground, give it some time, water it, nurture it. It will, within 3 months, 1 year, depending on the size of the seed or depending on the type of the seed you put in the ground, it will grow. You can't plant the seed today and go to the farm the next day and say, where's my crop, where's my crop? That's what urgency does to people. They want instant results. That's why we get stuck in jobs, because we want instant money. You're not living on God's law if you're down that path. But that doesn't mean that it's not part of his law. It's still his law, because he owns everything. But if you really want to step into your life, your purpose in life, you got to come to make it an important thing to you and watch miracle happen in your life. It's fascinating. You will love it. It's an experience you have never really experienced. And I wish you to experience it, because it's going to impact not just you, your family, your children, the people that you come in contact with. And guess what? You're leaving a footprint on this earth. And that's what I want for you, a legacy. I wish you and your family all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.